What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. And today we're breaking down episode 3 of Survivor, season 43. And it was a pretty good one. We thought we were going to be getting a really epic tribal in the end, but ended up being a little bit anticlimactic, but we'll get to all of that. Let's start at the very top of the episode. We had a recap from the fallout from the last week's tribal, where we actually got to see Cody getting that last bead. They kind of did a little editing trick on us where they made us think that Cody didn't get all of the beads in time to get his vote back, but he was able to, and that sent Justine home last week. So we saw kind of the fallout of that. Dwight obviously not happy to be kind of on the outs of how that vote went down, even though he didn't have a vote. He wasn't exactly happy with how Jesse handled it. Previously, they had this whole like island wife thing, and Jesse was like, look, I'm willing to sign the divorce papers. Dwight said he's sleeping on the couch. So it's interesting, weird dynamic that the two of them have, where they're kind of frenemies almost in a way. Meanwhile, Noelle and Dwight, they both realize like, hey, we're on the bottom of the Vesey tribe, so if we have to go to tribal, it's not looking good for us. Over on BAKA, they showed that Gabler is still struggling with the conditions out there, sleeping a lot. It's kind of getting on the nerves of Ellie and Janine. But Ellie has a little bit of this plan. Like, she wants to try and see, like, does Gabler know his idol is still good? Which kind of blows my mind that she would think that he wouldn't know it's still good. Like, you don't think he's read that paper over and over again? Like, I don't know. It seems ridiculous to me that he wouldn't know that it would work. But Ellie's like, I don't know if he knows. Meanwhile, the only reason they know is because they went and searched through his bag. So she wants to try and do this plan where she convinces Gabler that it's dead and that he can't use his idol anymore. But he still has one tribal. He still has one more tribal. Sammy, meanwhile, he hears this news and he's like, yeah, nah. I'm gonna go tell Gabler all about this, how you went through his bag and everything. Owen's kind of playing both sides. He's found himself nice and in the middle, depending on whatever way the axe falls in this situation. But yeah, Gabler knew. He's like, yeah, of course I know. Like, if they want to think I'm dumb, go for it. But yeah, it just really kind of baffled me that they thought he didn't know it was still good. But he knew. Sammy fills him in on the whole plan that Ellie has. She tries to pull it off, and she's like, oh yeah, like, it's gonna be, really nice now to have like a fake idol we can use, and then you didn't have to use it. And he's like, yeah, it's gonna be a great souvenir. Meanwhile, with all this drama going on Vesey and BAKA, we head on over to Coco, where they're in the midst of a celebration. It's James's birthday, Happy birthday to James. And, oh boy, they're like, yeah, James, it's your birthday. You can do whatever you want. He's like, okay, I want to go explore for some idols. Very open. Very open about like, yeah, I'm gonna go search in the rocks. Like, you guys gonna be cool with that? Yeah, sure. But it's actually Carla who ends up sneaking off, and she actually finds the Beware advantage. It was right above her head, but she puts it back. She puts it back. She goes, you know what? I want to play it safe. She was on the adventure in the first episode where Dwight and Gabler ended up risking their votes. She decided to play it really safe, and she's doing that here where she just puts it right back. She's like, look, your vote's too important. And I kind of agree with her, right? With these small of numbers in the tribes, every vote matters. So it was really important to keep your vote until she goes later and actually grabs it. So she put it back. She had second thoughts, and then she decided, you know what? Let me go back and get it. Let me go get it. And it's the same deal that Cody had, where she has to get the beads from everybody on the tribe. She can't take them. She has to convince them to willingly give her these beads. And she does a pretty good job with it. She gets James's pretty easily. She convinces Geo, who apparently like loved his bead and like didn't want to give it up, but she was able to get it from him. She ended up trading her earrings to the girls to get their beads, and then it was only Ryan. She had to work on Ryan to get his, and he's like, yeah, like let's trade socks. She's like, I don't want your stinky socks. So she ends up trading him some other beads instead, and then she has all of them. She has her own idol. She has her vote back, so she is looking good so far. And now it's time to jump into the immunity challenge. It was one of those, jumping, diving into water ones where they had to swim on down, get the keys underneath to unlock their puzzle pieces later on, and then first to finish their puzzle wins. And not only was the first tribe going to win immunity for this episode, they were also going to get lots of fruit and a huge toolkit. The second place tribe gets a much smaller kit, much smaller amount of fruit, and then the third tribe heads to tribal council. Owen was really impressive when he went. He just kind of flew through, jumping on the boxes, jumping off and everything. I did really love the little scene that they had too with Geo, who actually sat out because they had the extra person. So he's sitting over on the sit out bench and he just kind of ducks underneath it, just checking to see if there's anything there. There was nothing for him. So it was interesting to see, like, finally somebody's like, hey, wait. I've seen this enough. I'm checking underneath the bench. After that, it ends up being BAKA who crushes the puzzle and finishes first. Coco is then able to pull it off as well, meaning that Vessi will have to head to tribal. And there was a great shot of Dwight and Noelle kind of looking on as they're knowing they're on the bottom, and just there's nothing they can do as NECA and Jesse struggle with this puzzle, and they have a really strong feeling that, hey, we're going to be one of the ones to leave. But there's a little twist. So BAKA now has to send one person from each tribe to leave on a little adventure. And whoever was leaving for Vessi was going to get back before tribal. They ended up choosing Noelle from Vessi, James from Coco, and then Owen went on the adventure as well. And they all kind of head on out. Before we get into what happened on that, we headed on back to the Vessi tribe, the Vessi camp. NECA was very upset that she let her tribe down, and Cody and Jesse were kind of already discussing, like, hey, we've either got to be Noelle or NECA. We've got to either stay loyal to NECA, who we know is going to have our back, isn't going to turn on us, or we try and keep the tribe stronger. NECA has struggled in the puzzle for the second time now, and she's so adamant about trying to do the puzzles and trying to do well. So it really was a decision. Do you stay strong or do you stay loyal? And that was going to come into play during this tribal. But let's talk about the adventure now. So, as I'm knocking stuff over, Noelle actually pitches on the way up the mountain. She's like, hey, look, if the three of us get to the merge, we can stick together. All I ask is, like, let me get this advantage. I was on the bottom of the last tribal. Like, I didn't know anything about the vote. Like, can I have this? And it was the same deal that Cody Gabler and Dwight Gabler and who was the third one to go from Coco? James or no, Carla. It was Carla. I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Carla went on the first adventure. So it was the same one as that, where you could either risk your vote or you would have a shot at getting the advantage. James and Owen, they both decided not to risk. Noelle gets the advantage, and she heads back to her beach, and she tells everyone, yeah, no, like, you can search me. I didn't get anything. I thought it was, too risky, so I wanted to keep my vote. But she does tell Dwight, she fills him in, and she's got a great hiding spot. She's keeping it in her prosthetic foot, like right in the foot. She's keeping it, and it's not an idol. It's a steal your vote advantage. So she has the opportunity to steal someone's vote at tribal, and this is huge. Like I said, with numbers being this low in these tribes, having the vote really counts. And with this situation, if she decided to steal one of the other's votes, let's say it was Jesse or Cody, they now have the control and they're no longer on the bottom and they have the majority of the votes. So this was going to be huge going into tribal because it really did look like it was either going to be Noelle or NECA. And it did seem like Jesse and Cody might stick strong. When they started talking about like what everybody thought was going to happen with the vote, everyone was very confident. And there was a fun little thing where like Dwight's like, I'm very confident. And Jesse's like, I'm extremely confident. Meanwhile, like Cody and NECA, they were like, we're nines. Like, and Jesse's just like, hold on, like, can we have one metric? How are we rating this right now? So Jeff kind of gives in. He's like, all right, 1 to 10, how confident are all you? Everybody says they're really confident except Noelle. Noelle was like, look, I'm like a 5, right? I'm not that confident in how this is going to go down. And it seemed like we were in for something that was going to be crazy because there was the possibility that Noelle was going to use her steal a vote advantage. And there was also the chance that, hey, maybe Cody is onto this and uses his idol. But we ended up just kind of getting a little bit anticlimactic. Nobody used an advantage, and it was NECA, who was the 3rd person voted out in this game. She will be leaving the island, and now it's kind of an interesting dynamic. I've added over on our little cast board here all the different scenarios that we have going on with the idols and the advantages. So now Noelle gets to keep that steal a vote advantage. The only one who knows about it is Dwight. Cody gets to keep his idol. The only one who knows about that is Jesse. Meanwhile, over on Coco, Carla has an idol that nobody knows about. And then over on BAKA, everyone knows about Gabler's idol, but Ellie and Janine thinks it's dead. But meanwhile, Sammy, Owen, and Gabler all know that his idol is still good for one more tribal. So lots of interesting things that could go down depending on who ends up going to tribal next, and I'm really excited to see it. We did get a little preview too that someone's going to get a chance to steal from the other tribes if they win the challenge, so that's going to be kind of cool to see how that plays out. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Are you sad to see NECA go? Were you disappointed that tribal wasn't as exciting as maybe we were expecting heading on into it, and that it was more kind of straightforward? But like I said, it does lead to some really interesting things that can happen later now with all these idols and advantages floating around, and how things will play out from here. So let me know down in those comments down below. What did you think of the episode? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good one, except for, again, tribal was a little bit anticlimactic, where we saw NECA go. But what did you guys think? Also, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, you never miss a stream. I do plan on getting back onto Twitch. Kind of been just taking some time to relax. I was on a real big grind with Big Brother 24. I still have to do my retrospective on Big Brother 24 as well, kind of going week by week. I've been kind of just watching the episodes over again, taking notes, going over my videos and notes from the live streams. So I really just want to make it as comprehensive as possible, and do a good job with it. So keep an eye out for that if you're a Big Brother fan. If you're an Amazing Race fan, I will have the recap for that tomorrow. And thank you guys all so much for the support. I know with this channel being mainly built around Big Brother, Survivor, and The Amazing Race don't have as big of a following here on the channel just yet, but we're getting there. We're pushing. We're going hard for it. But thank you guys so much for all the support, and I will see you next time.